26% of the current budget, and it's increasing every year, adding thousands and thousands of patients to the rolls. Where's the money going to come from to pay for these people? And we'll start with Mr. Leach.
All right. I hate to sound like a broken record here, but I think it's an important concept that people need to understand. Again, go back to the core competencies of our state government. We've talked about water, natural resources, we've talked about education. You look at health and human services, that's Medicaid. So Medicaid is a priority for the state. We need to make it such, and the first step when we're addressing Medicaid issues in 2015, I do not believe, and I'm against tapping into the rainy day fund to cover for Medicaid losses. I think the first step is to eliminate fraud and abuse and waste in the Medicaid system, something that John Pitchford talks a lot about, and I think honorably so, because there is a lot of fraud and waste and abuse in our state government, and I think we should first start with the Medicaid system. He talks about this program for braces. We could save, I think, over $150 million if we would eliminate that system or that program altogether. And so we got to look for those ways, those areas in the Medicaid system that we can cut back on. That being one of them, and there's probably a plethora of others. That needs to be our mentality to eliminate that fraud and waste.
Thank you, Mr. Pitchford. Mr. Pitchford.
Thank you, Jeff. No, seriously. We have an accountability problem in the state of Texas. We fund these programs and then no one manages them. Again, $184 million was spent on a program for braces, which sounds well-meaning, but in reality, what ended up happening is the cases that the money was actually meant for ended up not being done. And what started happening is the cases, the simplest cases, the most profitable cases were being done. So none of the money actually went to fund what it was originally for. Again, we spent more money in 1 year than 49 other states combined. Who was accountable for that? Who was looking into it? The Xerox Corporation was looking into it. They were managing this for us through the subsidiary called ACS. Why aren't we asking questions? Where did the money go?
Thank you. Mr. Akers.
Well, as most things in this world and in this life, this is not a freestanding situation. It really is affected by a lot of other things. One is fake IDs and fraudulent IDs and such. This program is for legal residents. I think that one of the things we could do was ensure that, in other words, do a little more closer scrutiny on eligibility. We could extend the time that one waits to get this for the waiting period to get the care is to 90 days. It would also help increase the pool of physicians if we paid them on a timely basis. They're being delayed in their payment, so they opt out of the Medicaid. The other thing that concerns me is the way the federal government demands that we do this, we do that. Just give us the money and let us manage it. We can do it.
Thank you. Mr. Burns.
I'll touch on similar themes to Joanne. Medicaid needs to represent the money available and not just be dictated to us. There's ups and downs, and we're told that everything goes up when it comes to spending money. And that's just not the facts of life. So we've got, and part of what's contributed to the problem is we've loosened the eligibility requirements. We're not being very strict on who gets in, who's eligible, and part of that is enabling Medicaid funds to go to people who are above the poverty level. We've expanded the program beyond what it was originally intended to do. So we've brought it down upon ourselves. Actually, the federal government does it to us. They tell us what we have to do and then don't give us the money. But there needs to be some common sense here that if the money's not available, we have to adjust the requirements and the eligibilities. And finally, one of the things that does seem like a pot of gold is people who aren't supposed to be here getting our tax money as a subsidy.
Thank you.